The Accra Regional Police PRO if ASP Afia Tenge reminded the public of contact them on emergency numbers 191 and MTN Vodafone toll-free number 18555 when in distress. So we now have her on the line to throw more light on this particular issue. Good afternoon, Afia Tenge. And first of all, we want to find out why this alert.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this awareness has become very necessary, having taken into consideration the kind of criminal activities that have been committed against some motorists and commuters, pedestrians, and what have you, as you have mentioned. And we have noted that anytime there is a traffic pileup or the traffic is quite intense in the areas that have been mentioned, we realize that some people take advantage of the situation to perpetrate certain crimes, such as snatching phones from people who use phones while driving, also trying to take bags or handy items such as files, tablets from the vehicle. Okay. We have noted that it is time for the general public to be well conscious of some of these things and be security alert, because and we, the police, we are putting together certain measures such as intensifying our rush hour duties, our disability patrols, the motorbike patrols, and what have you. But if we also do not have certain commitments from the general public, it will be very difficult for us to nip the situation in the bud. So in doing so, we try to also always, any time we get this opportunity, we try to continue to ask the members of the public to always be alert and not always leave things to chance. Well,
so have you deployed men to such areas as part of visibility strategy?
Yes, with the deployment of police personnel, it is not today, it has been there, and we move from one place to another. And that is why I mentioned it in my earlier submission. And that is all to curtail the situation. But we continue to have such reports, having put into consideration the distraction or sometimes the carelessness, excuse me to use that word, from some motorists or passengers. So in doing so, or from the police to do their bit, we also continue to encourage all of us, everybody at all, to try and do whatever it takes, or how they can also try to prevent some of these things by observing certain security precautionary measures, as rolling glasses, and also always ensuring that doors are locked in the course of their journeys, and even people who even approach them with things to sell. These people do not even distract them from their course. And also taking advantage to also commit certain crimes against them.
Well, apart from these areas that you have deployed your men to, do you intend deploying men to other areas, knowing very well that if you focus on one particular area, these people will move to other areas?
Yes, we have not said that these are the only areas. However, we have just used this as a reference point. There are so many areas. And we are also not saying that these are the routes alone. Anytime there's a traffic situation, anytime you find yourself in traffic sometimes can even be spontaneous, unplanned. Some areas do not usually encounter traffic, but there could even be an accident on the way which can cause artificial traffic. So anytime we find ourselves in any situation, especially traffic, how do we call it? How traffic is very intense in any kind of area, we have to always be conscious of some of these things, that it is possible, it is likely that some of these crimes may be committed against us.
Well, finally, would you say that since you were able to identify these areas and deployed your men to, would you say that the issue has gone down a bit?
Yes, we are doing so. But as we are saying now, everybody is conscious. We had a lot of fraud now, people trying to be careful, try to roll your glasses, trying to call their families and what have you. But as human as we are, let this week pass, we begin to forget. So we always say that once we draw the public attention to this kind of crime, we continue to entreat that we will continue to observe these precautionary measures so that we do not continue to encounter some of these problems. Because if we leave everything, to chance, it is possible that we'll continue to revisit this topic over and over again. So we entreat all of us to be security conscious.
All right, thank you very much for speaking to us here at TV3. We are most grateful to you.